Happy Saturday, November 1st. It is 3:24 p.m. and I'm here at the intersection of King and Yonge Street, and the time, I already said that, is 3:25 and the temperature is about 9 degrees Celsius, so it's a little bit on the cool side, but it's not so bad. And there's a look up at 1 King West. I posted a video touring that property and checking out one of the rooms there on this channel several years ago. There's the 97 bus. And it had "Let's Go Blue Jays" appearing on the sign. Tonight is, of course, the night of Game 7. Sadly, they didn't win last night. They certainly had a chance to tie it up in the 9th inning, but things didn't play out in their favor. But for this one, I'm going to be heading south down to the Waterfront and checking out the status of the tallest building in the country that's currently under construction. And I'll be heading over to the Harbourfront Centre, where there's an art installation called the Copper Canopy. So we're going to go check that out. And I'll probably wrap things up there. And then I'll probably live stream. I've got dinner plans around 6:30, and the game starts just after 8. So I'll just head straight down Yonge Street here. Tonight at Mossop's, let's watch the Blue Jays. That's going to be at a lot of places tonight. This is the eastern edge of the financial district, but being a Saturday, there won't be the usual commotion around here. And just across the street is the St. Lawrence neighborhood. And this is Wellesley Street, and often when you see these orange pylons, they're planning on doing a film shoot. This is Front Street coming up.
Oh yeah, I mean
And hopefully this video gets posted on Monday or Tuesday. If you're seeing this on Sunday, either the Jays lost, or I didn't get around to making a celebration video after. I do have company over, so I'm not sure if I'm going to ditch them to head out and stream or record some of the celebrations on the street if they do win. It's going to be absolute pandemonium downtown. There's the Hockey Hall of Fame. Is that fire truck blasting Staying Alive? That's odd. There's the View West with the CN Tower. And across the street is the Meridian Hall. It's a large performance venue. It opened as the O'Keefe Center back in 1960, and it had that name until 1966, and then it became the Hummingbird Center for the Performing Arts. And then in 2007, it was renamed the Sony Center for the Performing Arts. And about 6 or 7 years ago, it became Meridian Hall. And this building was supposed to have a large boot-like element at the bottom. It was nicknamed the Boot when it was being built. But the developer cut back on the original design plans. But there's the Sky Tower. And they're quickly cladding that thing. It was mostly exposed last time I walked by. That's the Esplanade to the left. And this used to be the old Go Bus terminal. There's a new CIBC Square Tower occupying where the bus terminal used to be. The new bus terminal is located in the base of CIBC Square. It's a guy with the Jays jersey. You'll see a lot of that. I have a don't walk sign, but I can't imagine any traffic driving through here. And look at that, a new pedestrian crossing. I wonder if that'll be part of the South Core Path network. I'll have to go exploring through there once that opens up. As I head underneath the rail corridor. I certainly could have picked a livelier area to walk today, but I kind of felt like taking this route. They're building 3 residential towers and 2 office towers. At least last I read. Although apparently, with the demand for office towers shrinking, I think they might be converting those last projects to residential towers. There's a look at the CN Tower. This tower going up is going to be 106 stories, reaching 1,155 feet or 352 meters, surpassing One Bloor West in height. This is Lakeshore Boulevard. And the crumbling Gardner Expressway above. But there is a 95-story tower planned to go alongside the Sky Tower that I think will be the second tallest building in the city. And there were originally plans to reclad the old Toronto Star building and put an additional 10 floors on it. That's that building straight ahead. I think those plans were put on hold. This is one of 3 super talls currently under construction. There's another one at Yonge and Gerrard, being built by Concord Addicts, and the one by Tridel up at Yonge and Bloor. I think there'll be a hotel in there as well. This is Harbour Street. The Sweet Scoop ice cream and gelato. Getting a lot of notifications for World Series Game 7 previews. Yeah, the hotel in the Sky Tower will be operated by Meridian, or rather by Marriott. Don't know why I said Meridian. Hopefully they get the Queens Quay East streetcar extension built at some point, because the area is not situated the best for transit. There's this little half-assed painted line bike lane on the very south end of Yonge Street. I can't get enough of looking up at a big impressive skyscraper. I have no idea how tall it is right now. But the waterfront is just up ahead. There's the West End Harbour. And I think that dock being built ahead is to accommodate the new electric ferries that I think the city will be taking delivery of in 2027. They're retiring 2 of the existing ferries that service the islands. One of them has already been retired. And they commissioned a Dutch shipbuilding company to build the first custom electric ferries for the city. In fact, it'll be the first in the country. I'll show you the ferry terminal where they will be departing from in a few minutes as we look east along Queens Quay. It says Toronto is powering up. But when the weather is well over 20 on a Saturday, this area is usually quite bustling. So people freezing their butts off on the top of that double-decker sightseeing tour bus. I'm guessing they flew in town or into town to catch the Jays game. Probably into Billy Bishop Airport. And they're probably staying at the Westin Harbor. Ditto for them. Let's go through Harbor Square Park. You can find the ferry schedule online. There's 3 routes, one to Ward's Island on the left, Center Island, the most popular one in the center, and Hanlon's Point on the right. And we are down there. There's the clothing optional beach. I don't know what their policy is on recording there, but you'd kind of have to be a creep if you wanted to record people at a clothing optional beach, legal or not. If you want to catch a ferry, just go online and figure out when you want to go. There's really no capacity issues at this time of year, but there is reduced service. There's a giant picnic table. Right there with someone on it. This should be a nice walk along the boardwalk. We should catch some nice fall colors in the trees on the right and have the waterfront on the left. You might see some planes taking off and landing. We're building infrastructure to power future electric ferries. Again, you gotta wait till 2027.
I think it was Harbourfront when I did it last. I don't redo it.
There's a small plane landing. See the difference in lighting looking to the west, or rather east, versus directly into the sun walking west.
What jump?
Little romance by the lake. And they replaced this boardwalk a few months ago. Hey, buddy. Unfortunately, a lot of these buildings block the views to the north of here. It's one of the common complaints about our waterfront. It wasn't until a lot of this infrastructure went into place that there was a thought to develop the area around the waterfront for the public. So it does come across as a bit of a half-assed, disconnected experience, but what we do have is quite nice. Little impromptu photo shoot. This guy here is posing for that guy. It is certainly calm along the waterfront. And that's the Harbourfront Centre just across the way. So I'll be heading over there to check out the copper canopy. To wrap up recording this one, there's the big Death Star looking device named Sundial Folly. You can pause that if you want to read that. Never actually gone in there, believe it or not. Walked by here dozens of times, but it never occurred to me just to see what it's like inside. Hello! It's quite echoey. Molson cold shots. do have a light coat in my backpack, and I think I'm going to put that on as soon as I'm done recording this. And one of my favorite views in the city is coming up. If you've been subscribed to this channel for a while, you've probably seen that view in a thumbnail or two. Or more than that, that's Love Park across the street. Here's where you can get the famous beaver tails.
But, you know, so it was like this wide and this.
Those private taxis to the islands don't exactly do a booming business this time of year. I have no idea where this copper canopy is, so I guess we're gonna have to find it. There are restrooms accessible to the public at the Harbourfront Centre. Not saying I'm going to use one after I record this, but I'm not saying that. It helps to know where you can go, because that's definitely one of the big downfalls of this city is there's a real lack of public facilities. And yeah, it's not a big deal if you really have to go to buy something from a cafe or something, just a muffin or a coffee. I don't mind spending $4 or $5, buying a little treat in exchange for getting to use the facility, but not everybody is in that position, unfortunately. And there are times where there just isn't a convenient place anywhere near. When I lived in Korea, every single subway station always had a big, clean, well-maintained facility. Usually in the fair paid zones, but at least they had them. That plane looks like it's nosediving down. Oh, this building here, the power plant, has facilities. I thought the copper canopy might be over this park area. But negative on that. Maybe I misread. That must be on the other side. Hey, there's a Boxcar Social there. But since I'm here, the power plant is currently closed for installation. So the whole building is closed? Oh, that sucks. That cafe seems to be either closed or empty. All right, this might be the most underwhelming finish to a video ever, but this is the copper canopy. It's an outdoor installation made of a suspended grid of copper leaves. It reimagines the shelter of a forest canopy, each leaf individually cut and hung to form a floating canopy above. By night, lighting transforms the installation, casting intricate patterns on surrounding surfaces. By day, the leaves catch the light and scatter soft shadows on the ground. And this is here from September 30th to November 16th. You can find more information about the artist and stuff online. Neat, worth checking out. You be the judge. I say no. Hey, if you want to read more about it, you can just pause the video here. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below if you wish to support what I do. There's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I've got an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, go Jays, although you'll know the results by the time you see this. And I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.